Oh, this is really dark. Oh, maybe I'll just move locations. That's what I'm gonna do. So hey you guys, how's it going? I wanted to come on here this morning and speak with you guys specifically about some thoughts that I've had, and I'm going to be using this as a way for me to be able to chronicle my journey, be able to take ownership in my journey, and to be able to move forward. So, June the 8th, 2021, I walked myself into a situation that I thought God had called me to. I had been praying the day before because I had a conversation with my former mother-in-law, and I thought that God was telling me to move out of her house and, move on with my life. So my family, basically, we've been homeless since January the 7th, 2021. We've been living with family members. We started out, well, I started out at my mother's house. My children moved in with their grandmother during the pandemic to go to school so that I can work. So that's what was happening with that. And my children had lived with their grandmother from August 2020 all the way up until, well, they were still living with her in January when I moved in. I first lived with my mom for 7 days, and my children came over because I was ready for my kids to come back with me and go to school. I had applied for them to go to school. Their school was opening for in-person learning, and I decided to let them go back to school. After that happened, my kids moved into my mother's house for one day, and then the next day, my mom basically said we couldn't be there. So we left, and I moved in with my former mother-in-law. I was there with my children from January to June the 7th. And on June the 7th, she had a conversation with me that I didn't want to deal with. She was talking to me about moving out. She was talking to me about getting a job. Now, I had just currently left my job because I felt like I was being called to move out of town. But I didn't have a car, I didn't have a new job for out of town, and we didn't have a place to stay. But I felt like I was being called by God to move out of town. Case in point, I was upset because Granny Kim was trying to get me to move. Like, she was just saying, oh, yeah, I need to move. Maybe you should be looking for a place here. Maybe you should be looking for a job here. And that's not what I wanted to do. It's not what I want to hear. But in my mind's eye, in my ears, I heard her saying we had to go. She never said we had to go, but that's what I heard. Moving forward, we left. And for a month and a half, we've been living in hotels. Thanks to Joe Biden and me, not basically filing my tax refund for 2019 and 2020 so early. I ended up doing it pretty late, and then we, of course, due to the pandemic, we were getting these stimulus payments and stuff. I was able to do that. We lived into these hotels. I was buying food. I was, we were living in the hotels. I was paying the fees for the hotels for so many days. That's what was going on. That was our life. And then we just moved from the hotel. Today is July the 15th, and we just moved from the hotel on Saturday. We've been living with somebody else now, and I felt like I was called, like I said, to move out. But I talked to my therapist on Sunday. I deal with anxiety and trauma focused brain. I'm thinking that she will feel me. She'll be side with me. We've been homeless all this time, and one of the key things that she asked me that I didn't want to deal with was, did Granny Kim say to move out? Did she say the words, y'all gotta go? Honestly, she did not say those words. And so my therapist said something to me that was pretty profound, and I was very upset about it. She said that God operates in decency and order. Yes, God speaks to all of us different, but if it was God, would God have allowed me to be out here as long as we've been out here? Would he have, made provisions for me, or would he give me provision for it beforehand? Did I hear God say when I prayed, hey, you need to go ahead and go and do this and I'm gonna make room for you? Are all those things happening? And so I was telling her, no, he didn't say no. And she was just like, well, that wasn't God telling you to leave. You just wanted to leave. And there were reasons why I wanted to leave. And she said, if she didn't tell you to leave, and then she even said, with God operating in decency and order, um, was it really God speaking to me? God has spoke to me. I believe that. I totally believe God speaks to me in visions and dreams, and He's always telling me something in visions and dreams. Most times, I think because I'm sitting still. One of the things that I have trouble with is God's voice. Is God really speaking over this particular situation? And I had to think about what my therapist said, about God operating in decency and order, and nothing about what has happened in the past month and a half, almost, the end of this month, 2 months, because this month is going to be over soon, has been decent or in order. We've been popping around. We went from hotel to hotel. Now we're living with people, and we're steady living with different people. And then I'm having difficulty with some other things too, finding housing, being able to go somewhere else, being able to work. So it's nothing about this is in decency and order. And so, like I said, I wanted to use this as a way for me to be accountable. I wanted to document this journey. Last night we were about to go to bed, and I was thinking, I had listened to Pastor Stephen Filtrick from Elevation Church, and I was listening to his message about, why are these things happening to me, or why am I disappointed and stuff. And he was just talking about that, and just speaking on, sometimes in our disappointments, God gets our attention and helps us through it. And I was talking to my friend about it as well, and it says pride comes before the fall. The Bible speaks about that, and I was very prideful. I was very gung ho on God said it, and He really didn't. So I want to take full responsibility, for what I did, and be able to move forward. I also wanted to, like I said, use this as a way for me to be able to speak my truths and to be able to say, yes, we are, in a situation, but I'm not down and out. Um, I am hurting, because I had to admit my wrong, and admitting that you're wrong is difficult when you're an adult. At least for this adult, it's difficult for me. If anybody, you know, uh, if this resonates with you as well, just let me know. You can talk to me about it. We talk about it, and it doesn't matter what people say about me at this point. This is my truth, and I want to live in my truth, and I want to own my truths, and I want to be able to move forward from this. And so, I never want to be in this situation again if I can, in my human power, to prevent this situation from happening again. My children don't deserve this, so I got to do better, and I got to get better so that my kids can have better and I can have better. I deserve better. My children deserve better. And this is just a stepping stone for me. We won't be here always. This is temporary, and I have to continue to tell myself. The most important things for me right now is to be able to get healthy, move forward with God, find us adequate housing, find me a job, and get my mindset together.